Good morning, friends. It's Monday, and it's time to look at planning the week, getting some motivation, getting some momentum building. So I just give you a quick glance here of Saturday and Sunday and Monday. So here you can see I've got the brain dump. I'll be filling that in. My chief aim is good health. So this is my blood sugar, my steps. Self-ministry is self-care. I like to put 3 things down there. And these are the tasks for today. So do you have your list ready? I hope so. I'll be back with more later. Till next time. Bye. Good morning, friends. It's Barbara Dahl here, and it's Motivating Monday. It's time to get some momentum build up so that we can hit the week strong and enjoy those moments that come our way. So I have a bit of a video here. I'm going to kind of walk you through what I do when I create my bullet journal. So let's see if we can't get that going. So there's a look at what I'm doing today. It's kind of hard to see for me, so I don't know when I point to something whether you're going to see it or not. But I usually start with my chief aim, self-ministry, and then today, the date, and then I'm going to just put a little sun here because it's sunny out again. We've had that's a funny looking face. We've had some great sunshine, so I'll do that. And I just checked my weather here. Then I put the current temperature, which is 17 degrees. And there's no wind, it's calm. Isn't that wonderful? And my blood sugar earlier this morning was 6.9. I'm happy with that. My goal is to walk 3,000 steps. And on days when I'm at home, that doesn't always happen. So let's fill in the sun. This is the first time I've actually recorded with me filling it all in. So, and I've been using this pink. I don't know whether you can read that or not. Goldfaber. They're my favorite colored pencils, or pencil crayons as we called them growing up. My absolute favorites were the Laurentians, and I only have a few of them. They were bought out by Crayola, so I was really disappointed when I thought about that. So I do that, and then I haven't always, but on many days, I create this flower with 5 petals. 2, 3, 4, 5. Give it a stem, a couple of leaves. And what that represents are the 50 points I get when I add and post on Sugar Monster, because you get so many points every time that you log something. So I'll fill in the first one for 10 points. And if I haven't got 10 points here, well, I've got 5 right now. I will have more because I'll be adding it shortly. And I've got, that was actually one of my Laurentian pencils. So if you've ever seen them, there it is. These are what we had when I was growing up, and they're amazing. So if you have any, hold on to them. Use them if you can, because they are just tremendous. And this one is a Staedtler. There we go. There we go. So the pens that I'm using, right there, here we go. So this one is the Energel. Is it there? Yeah, there. And the reason I like this one is I buy refills for it. And that way I don't have to be throwing it out. The others are Paper Mates, ink dry gels. And I always use a 7, a 0.7. The other pen that I use is the Friction. And these are erasable. And again, they're refillable. And I like that. I like that you don't have to buy the whole thing every time. So I have that in here. And then, let's just see. I make a little pathway. And kind of pretend that those are stepping stones or footprints. Funny looking shoes, but each one of those represents 1,000 steps. So once I've gone 1,000 steps, I fill it in, I color it in brown. Where'd my green go? I'll just color that a little bit. It's just a doodle. It's not something that I set out to do perfectly. It's just to add color and brighten up the page a little bit. And either late Sunday or early Monday, I do a brain dump for the week. So let me just flip back and see where my brain dump is for last week. There it is. I don't know whether you can see that or not. To see what I'm doing. So I'm mixing and making bread this week. And that's a daily activity. Laundry is daily. I'll put that in here. I want to spin and knit. And we're having a knit gather tonight online. So I'll put an M beside that for Monday. Create YouTubes. Well, I'm doing that now, aren't I? So some of that's going to be daily. So daily work at editing or uploading or whatever. I want to make some coleslaw. I'm not sure what day that's going to happen yet. Clean the kitchen. That needs to happen. Woohoo. I need to work on the bulletin for Sunday and the sermon. I have Bible study. Oops. And I want to make phone calls for church. Oh. See, and every once in a while, I do something wrong. That's when it's helpful to use the erasable, but let me just wipe that out. I don't know why I'd put an H in there. Phone calls. So Bible study is Wednesday. Bulletin will be Tuesday. And trash day I put out on Tuesday, as well as recycle and compost. They all go out on Tuesday. And my knitting, up here I'm going to go sock, shawl. And I'm spinning purple for my sock yarn. Now, a lot of these things are things that happen every single week, and some of them only happen once in a while. Let me just go back. Trackers. And we have the next month coming up. So, oh, I need to fill the med boxes with our medications. Now, I did mine last night, so this will be Nick's, and I'll do that today. So I may just leave that alone for now. That's a fairly long list. Self-ministry today. I want to get some fresh air. I want to do some personal reading. Today is my Sabbath, so I'm not going to go all out with heavy work or whatever. I had a bit of an injury happen on Saturday evening that affected some of my side and ribs, so I'm being fairly tender with that. I have a future log back here where I want to sew a skirt and hem next jeans, but I'm also going to put on my brain dump right now to prep the garden. So it looks like a really big list, but it's spread out over the whole week. So it's really not as overwhelming as you might think. So fresh air reading. I want to come up with one more thing to do there. I'm not too sure. I have my routines in place for start my day, what I do when I first get up in the morning, and the end my day routines. And I'll talk to you about those at another time. But let's just see if I can pause here for a minute. Well, I guess I didn't pause it correctly, but that's all right. I'll see if I can't splice these two together. But thank you for joining me on my journey of getting my planner ready. I have my days ready for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Thursday? No, I don't think I have Thursday in here. Thursday's June 1st, so I'll be going into a new book, and maybe I'll bring you along while I do that. I'm not sure yet, because that's a whole new thing for me to try to record some of these things for you. I have a listing of my blog posts that I want to do this week, and so I'm going to put that right now in my brain dump. Blog posts. There. So I'm going to have a few moments here to enjoy my coffee. And of course, it's almost cold, so it's time for a new pot. But if there's anything else that you would like to see in my Motivating Mondays or my Momentum Mondays, let me know. It's kind of a planning thing for me that helped kind of kickstart the week and move me into just not going from pillar to post every day, but to be able to write these things down. I know what I have to do. And sometimes I ignore it, I'll be honest. But a lot of days, if I feel like I'm floundering, all I have to do is come back to my list and say, where did I leave off? And maybe I set the timer for 5 minutes or 10 minutes or half hour or whatever. For instance, this morning, as the coffee was just finishing up, I mixed up my sourdough. So that was kind of one of those routines. When I get up in the morning, I do this, excuse me, and this. And now the sourdough is waiting. I let it sit for the first hour before I do anything with it. But while that was going on, I sat here with my planner, and I'm sharing that time with you. So each morning is kind of the same for me, unless I'm rushing out the door, in which case I know I need to get up a bit earlier. So all in all, my morning routine can take anywhere from an hour to 2 hours, depending on how much time I spend quietly, how much time I spend actually writing. So when I'm finished here today, I may write just some personal thoughts about the day, the weekend, whatever. So just typical journaling. And then I have a 5-year journal that's set up that I'll talk about in another week, where there's a journal prompt every day, and I go in and I write that. And I have the Passion Planner, a small one, where everything's timeline. So I can go in and say I have an appointment this time and this time and this time. So I know it seems like a lot, but it helps keep me on track. So do you have something that helps keep you on track and keep you motivated on Mondays or on any day? Because some of you are probably at work when I'm sitting here on Monday morning. Maybe you do this Sunday when you have quiet time. But whatever you do to keep yourself going and focused on task, whether it's in the home, at the workplace, or just following through on things that you want to do, I hope that you're able to find ways that are easy for you. And please do share in the comments below if you have little tricks that help keep you on task, focused, and motivated throughout the week. Have a really great week, and I'll see you next time.